Welcome back. Thank you for staying with KTN Prime. There was tension in Nairobi's estate, Dandora estate today, as police engaged residents in running battles. The residents were protesting the killing of a deaf young man at the Dandora dumpsite. Janet Chapia has the details. Violence rocked Nairobi's Dandora estate for the better part of the morning as police officers tried to control unruly residents protesting the killing of one of their own. Police lobbing tear gas canisters at the crowds and shooting in the air in a bid to disperse them. The crowds, however, remained adamant, demanding for justice for the slain young man known as Mabea, instead choosing to engage the police in running battles as they tried to block them from collecting Mabea's body. The residents, angry that the police had killed an innocent man whose only crime was to rummage for valuables at the Dandora dumpsite.
Amauliwa akiwa na mzigo yake ya takataka, alikuwa anajitafutia. Sawa sawa. So tunauliza swali moja, kwani sisi hatuna haki? Hatuna ule wa kututetea?
Tumekuwa na shida kubwa sana kwa sababu kila siku vijana wanauawa. Hii leo kama huu kijana ameuawa, huu ni kijana ambaye ana disability.
Earlier on, the residents had marched with the body through the streets of Dandora as they expressed displeasure with the killing. They accused the police of failing to provide security to residents and instead choosing to target innocent victims. The late Mabea is said to have been a defenseless, deaf and dumb homeless man who probably was not able to respond to questions asked by the police.
Askari anaitwa Masai ambaye anaua vijana ovyo ovyo. Hakuna haki. Tunauliza serikali, kwani hakuna haki? Hakuna haki. Tunataka haki.
Police were later on able to ferry the body from the scene under tight security. The residents have vowed not to relent until the concerned officer is arrested and prosecuted for his actions. Let's now focus our attention back to the Jubilee primaries. The perceived Jubilee stronghold of Nyeri is one of those going to the nominations in just a few hours from now. Mashirima Kapombe is there for us. She's standing on standby in Nyeri for us. And then in Muranga, we have Lofty Matambo and Sophia Wanuna, who've been keeping tabs on what's happening on the ground. Mashirima, what is the status like in Nyeri?
Yes, Linda, as you know, there was the move by the County Elections Board to fire 73 presiding officers of the election that is expected to begin tomorrow. But already a new process has started to recruit new presiding officers and polling clerks in this county. A few members or rather people who had applied to the party online a few months ago received text messages this morning asking them to get to the Kagumo Teachers Training College so that they can be able to be trained for the process that will take place tomorrow. However, when we got there at 2 p.m., the process had not started. We were there for a few hours. Until 6 p.m. when we left, the process had not yet started. But the applicants say they were very hopeful that the training would take place and they would be able to carry out the exercise tomorrow and be able to satisfy the aspirants in the way that the exercise will be conducted. There are also aspirants who we talked to earlier this afternoon, and they said that they were happy by the move that was taken by the County Elections Board in this Nyeri County to fire the presiding officers who were said to be compromised. There were allegations that they had met with some of the aspirants in this county, and they had to be fired because they couldn't take part in the process that now seem to have been compromised. Linda.
Yeah, thank you very much, Mashirima and Linda Ogoto in our studios in Nairobi. Indeed,
This is County 021, Murang'a County, according to the IEBC register, and we are coming live to you from the Stanley's Heaven Hotel, where we've been camping for a better part of the day, and I'm joined by my colleague Sophia Wanona, who has been crisscrossing in all the 7 counties in Murang'a County. She's going to paint a picture about Murang'a County politics, how special is Murang'a County, especially the north and the south politics. Sophia.
Indeed, thank you very much, Lofty Matambo. It has been quite a day traversing the various constituencies in this county, and the primaries tomorrow have elicited a lot of excitement owing to this being a Jubilee stronghold, many feeling that tomorrow is D-Day, it's as good as the generals. And so many of the electorate talking about, of course, the incumbent, that's Mwangi Wairia, comes from the northern part of this county, and his biggest and main contender is Jamle Kamau, who is from the south. So there are those who are feeling it's time for the South to take over. However, what appears to level out that kind of a sentiment is that Mwangi Wairia, the incumbent, has launched quite a number of projects in the southern part of this county. So it will be interesting to see what will prevail, because earlier polls in February indicated that Jamle Kamau had a lead, but a poll that was released just yesterday saying that the incumbent still has a way ahead of Jamle Kamau. So it will be quite a race to watch, as we mentioned for you. But also the senatorial one to watch tomorrow, Kembi Gitura, who's the incumbent, being challenged by Irungu Kangata, who's the member of parliament Kiharu. The women representative race, those to watch, Sabina Chege, who's been faced by Waithera Mudirania, amongst others. So tomorrow from bright and early, we will be traversing various spots and polling centers in this county, bringing you all the updates, and we'll be here until we know the final results, keeping our viewers updated. My name is Sophia Wanuna. On behalf of the team here, it's back to you, Linda.
So, of course, we'll still have this conversation very early in the morning with you, Mashiri Makapombe in Nyeri, Lofty Matambo, and Sophia Wanuna in Murang'a. And, of course, we had Duncan Khaimba in Bomet. So tomorrow, remember, we'll cover for you the Jubilee Party primaries in a way only we can here at KTN News. Thank you for staying with us. Listen, we are about to have a very interesting conversation on NHIF. You must know someone, a neighbor, a relative, a friend who's a beneficiary of the National Hospital Insurance Fund. In studio with me, I have Geoffrey Mwangi, who's the CEO. Sir, thank you so much for joining us on KTN Prime. So there's something called a super cover that was launched just recently. What is that all about?
Super cover is our brand. It's actually the national scheme. It's a national scheme that benefits people acquire with the national scheme. So for so long, you know, we were marketing the organization, which is NHIF. And you know, with insurance, people need to associate themselves with exactly what it is that I'm getting from the premiums I've paid. So that's why we dubbed the cover super cover.
So it's citizens that say people need to identify what exactly they will benefit from this particular fund. And I know that your fund has a registration base of about 5.8 million.
6 million now.
So what are some of the benefits? It will be very interesting for my viewers to know that.
One, we have in and outpatient.
Yeah.
In and outpatient cover. Outpatient cover is whereby we offer it through capitation, whereby you have to select your preferred provider, your preferred facility where you need to seek medication. Besides outpatient, we have inpatient cover. Inpatient cover, we have one on the hospitalization where we pay a daily rebate. Two, we have other aspects that we offer alongside that. Key among them is the oncology package.
Yeah, that's very interesting. Actually, I just had that and I was like, wow, okay, what does this involve?
Now, oncology is matters dealing with cancer. And we have chemotherapy and radiotherapy.
Covered,
yeah, in full, in total, full, depending on your stage, depending on what you've been prescribed to get, because it varies depending on the severity of the disease. Then we have chemo and radiotherapy, and of course, if it is surgical, we have a surgical cover for it.
Okay. Yeah. So you also have a very good maternity package.
Yes, we have a maternity package where we pay normal delivery 10,000 and CS cesarean section 30,000.
Okay. There's something also very interesting that I noticed. You guys have a cover for chronic disease package. What does that involve for Kenyans out there to know that NHIF can actually cover this for them?
Chronic disease is whereby we talk of diabetes, hypertension. You get them on an outpatient. So when we rolled out the outpatient package, the cover was a bit slim. And since we're doing it on a capitation basis, we had discussion with our stakeholders who are the providers, and we realized we need to isolate some of the aspects, like the chronic conditions, like the diagnostic tools, that is CT scan and MRI, to enable the capitation to get grounded. And that's why we are working on diabetes and hypertensive. These are lifetime conditions, and they are a bit expensive. The medication you get is a bit expensive.
So in other words, you're telling Kenyans, if you're a member of NHIF, you'll get to subsidize this?
Yes.
All right, there's a very interesting aspect as well. I had a family member we lost last year to cancer, and I remember at the last stage we were being told that if this person was to travel out of the country, then NHIF would actually take care of the foreign treatment package. What does that involve? Is it open to Kenyans?
Yes, it is open to Kenyans. We have foreign coverage, which is up to 500,000 shillings.
Half a million?
Yes, 500,000 shillings.
Okay.
But these are for the conditions that cannot be cured locally. Key among them is that oncology package. They are part of those tests that we are still working to have them locally. It's not our desire. It's not our wish that we have to take people out of the country for treatment. Yeah. But where we have gaps, yes, indeed, we do have a foreign treatment package.
Okay, and realizing that not all Kenyans are in the same level, you also have subsidy programs, I think, for orphans and the elderly.
Yes, we have something we run called a HISP, that is Health Insurance Subsidy Program. For us to say that we have attained universal health coverage, those who are able to pay premiums for themselves should pay. The unfortunate people in the society, the government should come in, fill up the gap. And this is where we've started, and that's what is happening with such a program.
Okay, so this touches on elderly and orphans and anyone who's vulnerable in the society.
Yeah.
All right, sir. So I hope Kenyans have heard you, and I hope they have every reason to become members of NHIF. It makes such a difference. Thank you so much for joining us on KTN Prime. Geoffrey Mwange, the